got a decent number. I have not been in a relationship for 5 years because I was raising my son. And I did not want him to experience what I had to with my father growing up with take a number, take a badge, take a number, with all the women that went through the revolving door of our life without saying goodbye because of his sexual narcissism, of him fucking around and trying to marry a drill sergeant, a subordinate, and she found out. Thank God. But since it's been so long for me to be with somebody, it's it's taken quite an adjustment because when you're 50 years old and you haven't had that kind of loving in your life, it takes a toll. You don't realize what a toll it takes on you until you don't have to take it anymore. The first freedom I felt when my husband died, I could not believe all the sexual energy that returned to me. I was like, wow, now I can do things that I couldn't do before because I had no energy because I was using it for sexual energy. I couldn't participate in reindeer games because I was too busy getting him off, getting us off. It wasn't a one-way street. We were hypersexual with each other. He had ADHD, and I could accommodate his supply. I had the demand. He had the demand that I supplied to a point. It's sad that he didn't see himself as a human being the way that I did. Robert has been through hell. He's 37 years old. He was in the Boy Scouts, and you can read into that all you want. He doesn't like his business plastered all over the internet, but he's one of those Boy Scouts. And he started talking to me about it the other day when he was in the closet. It's sad when a man has problems after he's in his 30s with ED, it's probably due to childhood trauma more than it is to do with anything else. That's where it stems and it stays in your mind. All those men. And he's such a good, kind, tender, generous lover. I never expected that. I didn't think I would find anything close to what my husband used to be, and he's 10 times the man my husband was. My son won't like him, I bet. I don't know. He'll like him more than he likes me, I'm sure, because he can do more with him. He can go camping and do all... I don't know if Robert wants to camp, though. He's got an RV. We can go on an RV trip. I guess she'll still have 5 brothers. We just keep talking about it. Just working our lives together. It's strange how an algorithm can put you together. And then you slowly, organically, sexually come together. You don't force it. I used to force it when I was younger just to get it off. Just to get off like a guy. That's what I used to be like. Let me pop one off on you because I want to get it over with. Because I don't like to do it by myself. I want somebody else. I want to sneak attack somebody with this squirting pussy. I want to see. I want to see the looks on their faces of surprise. Like, did you just piss on me? No, honey, that was an ejaculation. I know it's hard for you to imagine that you're a girl too, but guess what? Y'all got the same parts. Your saggy titties work just as well as mine. Surprise. Fenugreek. It's what's for dinner. It's what's going to make you taste like maple syrup so you can breastfeed your own kids, get hard-ons, and not touch them. And then you can get upset when other men want to come near your kids. And you're like, get the fuck away from my kid. Because nursing is a type of orgasm I forgot to put in my book. There is nothing like feeding a child from your own body. It is the most intimate thing you can do, the most intimate action you can do with anybody is feed them from your body. Think about that. When you let somebody in between your legs, you are letting them have the most sensual power you can have over somebody. I like him a lot because I can use my teeth. I like using my teeth, and I told him he can use his teeth too, because it's nice to use your teeth and get that G-spot, get that clitoris off of your body. I told him, look, you can feel my shaft too when it starts to get hard, and he started to feel it. Surprise, there's one there. Women have shafts too. They could cut them off our bodies. We could have little thin penises too. Surprise. Our little clitorises can come off of our bodies. All we need is a little surgery. We don't have to have a big old fatty. We can put on little bitty cock things to make them bigger if we want. I want to be circumcised, personally. I want my hood to come off of my body so that it's easier to lick my G-spot, my clitoris. If people need to, if there's anybody that needs to be circumcised, it's women, and not like in Africa. That's disgusting. Using a Coke can and then sewing them up so they have a bitty hole to piss through, and have clots of blood come out of their vaginas and make them smell like death. Gross. Gross. At least they don't have to stick tampons up in there so that they can get endometriosis. Those kinds of countries do not enjoy the sanctuary of America. Those kinds of countries that imbibe in ritualistic torture of women on a regular basis do not get aid from America. Period. And if those women can get on American soil, guess what? They're Americans. They're Americans. It's plain and simple. We need as many Americans as we can get. I don't know what you white fucks are all going on about. We need a wall to protect our borders. Bullshit. This isn't our fucking country. This is Mexico's. And we stole it. We stole it. And you think it's okay. You still think it's okay. What is wrong with you? On an intrinsic level that you cannot see, this is not your lane. We do not need a wall. Tear down the wall. Tear down the wall. Tear down the wall. I hope to God Donald Trump does not get reelected as president. That fucking rapist. They would rather see somebody like that come back and corporate America, take on corporate America and be corporate America and not be the CEO of corporate America, but instead let the corporations take over America and fuck we the people. Do you see how that happens? We're fucked all the time. Our votes don't count directly. That's not legal. I should have been able to vote from my phone because there's nobody else using my phone but me. They wouldn't let me do that. Gotta vote via ballot. That's stupid. Everybody knows who's at the end of their phones. Things have got to change. I don't know why I have to be the stupid bitch to do it. I don't know why I have to have these words in my mouth, in my head about myself, because that's what society has put in there for me from the beginning. You are a stupid bitch. Yes, that's right, you. You little bitch. You're stupid. I know you can't help it. You just a little bitty poopy dog. Oh boy. Society. Narcissism, society, and having orgasms. So many orgasms that you can't wake up in the morning. Oh boy. What a Christmas this is going to be. 12 days of Christmas my true love gave to me. I wrote in my song. 12 dildos strong. 4 hummers. 4 hummingbirds. I should try and make it a little clean so kids can sing it. I'm in such a good mood. I swear to God, I have not been like this since I was in my 30s. I feel like Robert's 37. I feel 37 all over again. He said, whenever you started taking drugs is like when you stopped growing. I was 17 years old when I started taking opiates. He was 12 years old when he was given meth and Demerol. So there's something to be said about that. I believe that. They aren't going to do that to future generations, thank God. Robert is so kind and gentle with me. And he's a sniper. And he's killed people. That makes me laugh. I'm working on my next book. It's called Killer Ass. I don't know if it's going to be Kill Her Ass or Killer Ass. But I told Robert I'm getting a tramp stamp that says Killer Ass. And he goes, that'll be cool. That's going to be my book cover, Killer Ass. I don't know how much of this I need to be putting in my book. But I know I know some of this stuff needs to be in there because he's that mean. He's just like Josh, only he won't hurt me in my sleep. And I'm grateful. God. His last name starts with God. Thank God. And then I'm like, oh, oh God. Oh Rob. Oh God. I've been praying to you all this time. I just didn't know it was you. He was laughing. I said, I bet you love hearing that when I'm going, oh God. He goes, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's nice. It's nice to be happy for a change. It's nice to be sexually gratified over and over again. And just with clitoral, G-spot, and vaginal orgasms. I haven't gotten that deep. I showed him where upper G-spot was yesterday, and I just about lost it. He's got these little bitty stubby fingers. I showed him some stuff he didn't know. What? I didn't know that. I was like, surprised. He's been around many blocks. I like that. It's better to have someone who is sexually experienced than someone who is not, because they know how to get their way around you. Maybe it's dangerous because there's a dangerous area down there. You never know what you're going to get. But it's fun. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas time. I certainly am. I'm certainly enjoying getting... I can't wait for Christmas Day to get my Christmas present. Robert and I, we keep talking about it. I said, he wants to jump up Christmas. I'm like, honey, come on, just one. We don't have Christmas that often. Let it just be Christmas Day. Because neither one of us have ever experienced the kind of joy that we gave our kids, what gave other people, and we want to give it to each other. And it's sweet, and it's nice, and I enjoy it. I enjoy thinking about it. I enjoy thinking about things I get to do with them, because he's kinky, and I don't have to ask him how far he wants to go or how far he doesn't want to go. And he knows how far I want to go and how far I won't go. I don't like nobody putting their goddamn hands around my neck. That's nasty. That's like raping. Almost. That's drawing a line in the sand. That's how Anthony Bourdain died. He couldn't deal with Asia Argento being part of the Me Too movement and then being cast aside for a day. For a day. One day. And he killed himself because that's what he used to do when he was alone in his hotel room, autoerotic asphyxiation. Surprise! He took it a step too far. When you hate yourself and you hang yourself, that's bad. Most of the time, though, when those stars that die from it, it's because they were doing autoerotic asphyxiation. And they took it one step too far. So, Robert said, I guess when he was 17 and in jail by himself, he tried to strangle himself when he was in solitary. Think about that. Just to try and pass out because there was nothing else to do, and they left him alone to think about all that shit that happened to him. I was like, when I go through and I start thinking about this stuff, I'm like, so how old were you when this happened? How old were you when that happened? How old were you when that happened? Well, I know what it was like when I was 8 years old and caught by Kathy Lick. I wasn't as Kathy Licked like you were, but I was Kathy Licked. And boy, once I was Kathy Licked, I've got enough Kathy Lick guilt to last the rest of my life. And the only thing Kathy Lick about me is my name, Kathy. Don't ever call me Kathy. Yep. My mommy used to call me Kathy. My mommy's dead. It sucks. I miss my mom. She was Patsy, I was Kathy. It was fun. She was my best friend. She's been gone half my life. Almost half my life in a year. Well, I never ever thought I'd live this long without my mommy. It's something. I can understand why my son wanted to live with somebody else besides me for a year, but he needed to talk to me. He didn't talk to me, and this is where we are. He drove me crazy. Well, here we are, and here I am. I hope that you are enjoying your Saturday and that you learn that if you don't go down on somebody's, if you're not in between their legs and you're not making them happy and you're worried about your sexual satisfaction, then you're not a good lover because you know it's coming for you. You know it's coming for you. You just have to be patient. And you just have to love yourself. And you have to love what's going on and enjoy it. Robert and I both of us thought, nobody's ever we're not gonna find anybody that's gonna like us again. We're irredeemable. I'm a Black Widow, and he's a man with 4 children whose wife kicked him out. Because they could not be honest with each other. Always be honest. There's no point. There's no point to lying. There is absolutely no point to lying these days. You need each other like you need to have each other's fronts and backs. That's just the way it is. You have a beautiful day. This has been a long video.